So we're going to talk about episode 6 of season 2 of Severance. What a great episode. A lot happened. We're going to be breaking down kind of what happened, what went wrong, I guess. What happened. And also kind of our theories of what's going to happen going forward. But first, about us. We're two geeks that are crazy about nerd lore. So on this channel, you're going to find stuff like that. Breakdowns, theories, and kind of videos on nerdy stuff like Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Silo, Severance, and any others that we're interested in. So be sure to hit us up and follow us on this platform. So be sure to like and subscribe to this video if you like nerd stuff like us. So let's get right into the episode. So of course we know Milch got his performance review and it did not go well at all. Caused him to kind of spiral, and
his misuse of paper clips, for one thing, is very, very serious.
Yep, he went through a lot of paper clips, a whole jar full, and didn't he weren't his fingers bleeding or something?
Yeah, something.
And then so he goes to the office that he's in, and moves some stuff on the shelf, and he has a mirror, and he tells himself to grow up several times, and then near the end, the light turns off, and did we see somebody else?
Yeah, it wasn't him.
It wasn't him. So that's going to be interesting to find out who it was or kind of what is going on there. Yeah.
After his whole breakdown, one of the more interesting subjects that was kind of brought up in this episode was the idea of cheating. While we had Helena, the outie of Heliar and Mark, and then later also Dylan and his wife, and Dylan's wife seems way more into Itty Dylan than Outie Dylan, which is kind of understandable actually. He kind of doesn't seem that great, Outie Dylan. So it's kind of started bringing up those questions of is it cheating? Is it because it's not a different person, but it's not a different person's body, but it's kind of a different person's
personality
and thought process.
So would it be classified as cheating? She was cheating on him with himself.
I don't think that maybe that one would be as classified as cheating, because Outie Dylan knows that she's there. You know what I mean? So I guess he probably...
Except for this episode. She said they canceled it.
Oh, she did. But he knew that was going to happen. So it's kind of like a gray area because he didn't know that he would be there as his innie. Whereas with Helena, that was a totally different story. And I think that's a lot worse.
Also, what a weird place to, do it at.
Which one?
Both, I guess. but
definitely the second one.
Yeah, it seemed like it wouldn't be comfortable. Thoughts? And then close to the end of the episode, we have Burt, which is a totally weird situation that he's in. They go over to... Irv goes over to Burt's house for a dinner party. Who's there with Burt's husband or partner?
Husband, yeah.
Fields, and who also, I always like to bring up Lord of the Rings stuff, but he's also he's the King of Gondor, but I don't know his name. Nobody cares anyway.
Recognized him though.
Yeah, he's the same actor. So it was surprised to see him in there. But so they're going over the history of Lumen. And then Fields brings up that Burt has been there
20 years.
For 20 years.
Which I thought was really, honestly, it was an interesting episode, and a lot happened. But I thought that was one of the more interesting parts of the entire episode, because he said something about 20 years, and then Burt was really quickly fixed him. I think when we saw Burt, who's very, very, very different, and Outie Burt knows some stuff, which obviously Burt didn't. That's the whole thing. But I think that's another example of just how very, very different they are. Whereas you have somebody like Irving, who's really not that different.
Yeah, kind of the same.
Yeah, and so that was really interesting. I was really curious to see where this was going to go, because it seems like
Burt's going to be an Egan.
I don't know if that's what's going on, or if he just has more information. But I think what it has told us is that this stuff has been going on for longer than what it has been official and public and maybe legal. So that's really interesting, and I'm sure that we're going to find out more, because so it hasn't been 12 years. This has been going on for much longer than that. So that was really interesting, and the whole dinner was very awkward,
very strange.
And Burt was very interesting as a person. Batty Burt.
Remember in the restaurant?
Like the Chinese restaurant?
Yeah, the Chinese restaurant.
That was weird. That was really weird.
She came up to him and started talking to him.
Yeah.
And trying to hit it off with him, I guess.
Which is strange.
But she already knows.
Yeah, so, she knows.
Yeah.
But
I think he does. He does as well.
He has, because that was the other big theme of this episode, is the reintegration. So he doesn't know everything, but he's starting to connect some pieces. Both
the brainwaves are starting to come together.
Yeah. So,
and it really puts him in a weird position, because he goes back and forth between memories. So he doesn't exactly know where he is. So that'll be interesting to see how they handle that.
It'll be really interesting. I thought this was one of the best episodes. I honestly thought the season 2 started off a little bit slow.
The whole winter, or the whole team building thing was
weird.
Odd.
Yeah, I didn't. It had an interesting start. I was like, I hope this isn't really going downhill, because we did like season 1 a lot. I didn't know we were gonna make videos about it, but it's what we like that's on right now.
Yeah, we'll definitely find out what happens, I guess, tomorrow when that episode comes out, and of course we'll do a video on it, our thoughts and kind of theories on what's going to happen going forward. So it's going to definitely be an interesting rest of the season. I don't know how many episodes we have left, maybe 2, because what's it, 2 or 3?
I would.
Because usually they're 10.
So probably 3 more episodes.
So we're getting
10 or 4.
We're getting real close to wrapping up season 2, so we'll see how it goes. But if you enjoy the video and you enjoy us talking about this stuff, be sure to give us a like and definitely hit that follow button so you can be notified when we upload another video. But until then, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.